Good day, guys. How are we all doing? I hope we are all good. So, this particular lesson is for people who trade the New York PM session. So for you to be able to use this particular system or strategy which I'm talking about, you need to know a couple of things. You need to know your exact trading time or your kills on time, which you need to count to the charts. You need to have your exponential moving averages or EMAs on your chart, which are the 13, the 50, the 200, and the 800 exponential moving averages. You need to understand how to use multi-time frame analysis, which is from the day one, the H1, the M15, and the M3. You need to understand how to use your TDI for confirmations of any setups. You also need to understand market structure. So you need to understand what's a trending market, what's a sideways market. So the strategy mainly works with a trending market. You need to identify a trend for that particular session and just basically look for a continuation. Your trading time has to be 8 p.m. GMT plus 2. On this broker I'm using, you see it says 6 p.m., but that is actually 8 p.m. GMT plus 2, the actual time where I am, right? So always make sure you got the timing correct because it's all about timing, right? So this is again, for those who are usually working during the day, if you're in the southern hemisphere, so usually in the evenings when you're home, you get on the charts, so you'll be able to trade New York PM session. So if you don't understand any of the things I'll be mentioning here, it simply means you need to go through our day trading mastery course for 2025, and I'll drop the link in the description for you guys to actually just purchase the course. Then after you go through it, there's also 1 month free mentorship. After you go through it, then you can now come back to this particular lesson and everything will make sense. So without wasting much of your time, I'm just going to look at the assets on my watch list on the bottom here. So it will just be M15 and M3. I'm not going to do multi-time frame analysis because it will take so much time. So these setups, we've already done multi-time frame analysis, and basically the trend on M15 will show us where our direction is going, all right? So for this particular setup to be valid, price has to be above the 13 EMA if you are buying, and price is to be below the 13 EMA if you're selling, right? And it also has to be 8 p.m. GMT plus 2, which means on your charts, you need to mark, just put a vertical line. As soon as it hits 8 p.m., put a vertical line, then check to your left where your price is coming from. Is there a peak formation low? Is there any order blocks which you can use? And over and above all, is the price trading above the 13 EMA? If yes, you want to locate the best entry point right on the 13 EMA, meaning price on the M15 has to be close to the 13 EMA for the best entries. Then when it starts to expand, then of course you get much more entries on the 3 minute. So starting off with German 40, you can see from 8 p.m., 8 p.m. came with this explosive candle up. At that time, we had already been trading above the 13 EMA with a nice retest of this order block here. So from M15, you go to your 3 minute time frame. On the 3 minute time frame, what are you looking for? You are now looking for the famous four candlesticks. When I say famous four, you only need one of them, one or two of them, and these candles have to appear on or near the 13 EMA on the 3 minute time frame. That's your entry criteria. So once you confirm your trend on M15, once you confirm the bias by seeing your price trading above the 13 EMA on the 3 minute, it's simple. Soon as it hits 8 p.m. GMT plus 2, on my left, you see here I had an order block, bullish engulfing. So this is one of the famous four. another pin bar followed by a bullish engulfing. That's another famous four. An inside bar, that's a famous four. A pin bar, another famous four. So I think all of the famous four candles were actually available on this particular price delivery. But again, the best thing you want to do is you want to catch the trade soon after 8 p.m. or on the second retest just after 8 p.m. Try to avoid trading at 10 p.m. GMT plus 2 because usually around that time, price might go sideways. So from here, I'm just going to jump to trading view so that I can show you German 40. Here, I'll just pinpoint the entry. You see, this is where I test the system. So you just see most of the risk to reward ratios are 1:3, but the risk to reward ratio on most of these setups actually exceed 1:3. So our 1:3 is our default risk to reward ratio. So you can see this was actually a quick trade. And here you can see that's the time 8 p.m. GMT plus 2. So let's go to the next asset. This is Nasdaq. Again, you can see we were trading above the 13 EMA. So I'm not going to talk much about it since I've already elaborated on the first asset. So I'm just going to go straight to the 3-minute. You see the entries here. 8 p.m. a break of this order block. You can still take a buy here, or you can just wait for your price to come back to the 13 and give you one of the famous four. So here we had a doji, here we had a bullish engulfing, here we had a pin bar, here we had another pin bar. But I would avoid trading a bit late after 8 p.m. because usually, like I said, price might go sideways or they might actually then retrace depending with how price will be moving. So just try to enter your trades a little bit earlier. So that was Nasdaq. There's the entry there. So I'm not going to waste much time explaining any more things here. I'll just be quickly showing you the entry. The next asset is Euro USD. Again, EU was bullish from the morning. We caught a nice buy and in the afternoon as well. So you can see from 8 p.m. price just accelerated coming from the 13 EMA and we had some pin bars forming, but there was major acceleration here. So from here, 3 minutes, you know what you're looking for. The famous for on or near. They have to be on or near the 13 EMA. So the first one was right here, bullish engulfing, a doji, inside bar, pin bar, bullish engulfing, and a couple of dojis here. These are all entry criteria which you can actually use for your entries. So like I said, the first thing you want to identify is your trend. Where is your market trending to? So in this particular example, I also wanted to show that if there is so much momentum or if you're in a nice trend, you can end up catching a bigger risk to reward. Like for example, here you see this is like 1:11, 1:10, 1:3 was actually right here. So it was a quick trade, but it even went over and beyond the normal risk to reward parameters which we usually use. So with the next assets, I'm not going to show you the M15 already. Automatically, I've checked it. It's above the 13 EMA. I'm just going to show you the 3-minute entries here. So on gold, we had price retesting an order block. This is actually an M15 OB. So maybe I should show you guys. You can see this was the M15 OB right here. Just after 8, price came and bounced off and we had the first close above the 13 EMA here. So as soon as you get your first close, it's game over. You're looking for your famous 4 candlesticks right on the 13 EMA. As soon as you see one of them, just open your position with a stop loss just below that candle. Here you could have started entering right here after that retest of that order block. So this is gold. Going to jump to gold. There we go. There's the entry right there. So you can see here I had not marked the time. 8 p.m. was right there. So there you can see the setup, and we were aiming for the liquidity above this area here for a 1:4 risk to reward ratio. So I hope this is making sense. If this is not making sense, you have to just schedule a one-on-one call or maybe pay for mentorship for a month, trade with me for 20 trading days. or for close to 20 trading days so that everything starts to make sense. So this is UJ. Again, you can see inside bar, bullish engulfing, pin bars, doji, inside bar, bullish engulfing, pin bar, inside bar, bullish engulfing. These were all entry criterias here. We had a bit of a deeper retracement, and then the pattern just continued from this level here all the way until we hit the, the ADR high. So this is what this is UJ. So I'm just going to be fast because we don't want this video to be long. So you can see 8 p.m. there is the entry, even went over and beyond. The next one is GJ. Again, you can see the 3 minute after 8 p.m. we had an impulsive move. Then price went sideways, gave us some nice pin bars, a break of an order block, another pin bar right here, another doji, another pin bar. These are all entry criteria. As long as it's just after 8 p.m. GMT plus 2, just know that that right there is your entry for the trade. So that was GJ. You can see there was the entry right there. Then the next one was US30, same thing, a break and a retest. You can see the pin bar here, the bullish engulfing right there, another pin bar right here, another inside bar and a pin bar and a doji right there, all the way until we got to this order block at the top. This was what US30. You see the entry right here. So this is the only strategy you need. But again, for everything to make sense, you need to understand how we actually trade. So you actually need to get yourself our course if you haven't got our course already. This is Bitcoin. If you're trading crypto, same strategy, same thing across all assets. You can see we were bullish here. After 8 p.m., the trend, we had a continuation. So this is a nice pin bar, an inside bar, a bullish engulfing, and price just accelerated to the top. So if you want more understanding, you actually need to invest in the education, invest in the mentorship, invest in the course on itself, make use of the free mentorship as well. So I'm not sure when exactly I'm going to drop this video on YouTube, but whenever you see it, I hope you utilize it. I recorded it on the 4th of March, actually the 5th, because it's just after midnight. 5th of March 2025. You can back test on the assets you trade. You don't necessarily have to trade what I trade. And the main thing here, I would say, you want to figure out the trend. That's the first thing. Figure out where the trend is going for your session. So in other words, is don't worry if you are at work in the afternoon when the New York session opens, you can still just wait for 8 p.m. GMT plus 2. Then just check your trend. Where is your price going? Where is it coming from? Then after that, just locate one of the famous 4 candlesticks. So again, if you don't know much about the candlesticks, I'll try to drop one video here and maybe one video here to talk about these candles in greater depth so that you know exactly what to look for. So if you watched until the end, thank you so much for watching. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I hope your trading is going well for 2025. Good trading.